My name is Nassime Saabs.
I've always loved to shapeshift and become different characters. It's part of my artwork, it's part of my music. At the beginning of my career, I have always loved to transform. I've always loved to shapeshift.
Do you record while the bus is moving, or does it have to come to a stop before?
Yeah, well, sometimes they don't want to, and they're, Gaga, we can't get, the frequency's weird, and, it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna,
A couple interesting things about this. She says, I'll swear to Lucifer, and Jimmy Kimmel asked her if she has a kitchen on the bus.
And I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna, I get a little bit mad.
Do you have a kitchen on the bus you cook?
He just lets that go. Everyone in the audience is like, did she just say she swear to Lucifer? And the other piece to this, in terms of her saying she's shape-shifting, which is just an interesting way to talk about playing different characters. We'll get more into that in a second. Is that when she's on this show with Jimmy Kimmel, she's wearing the same headgear as the death character, the goddess of death character in the most recent Thor Ragnarok movie.
I've always loved to shapeshift and become different characters. It's part of my artwork, it's part of my music. And what was so wonderful about this experience with Bradley and why he's such an incredible director is that he really wanted to see me with nothing. And I remember very, very well, I walked down the stairs from my house before we filmed the screen test for A Star is Born, and he had a makeup wipe in his hand, and he put his hand on my face, and he went like this, and there was makeup. We had put just a little bit, and he said, I want no makeup on your face.
Here's the thing. There's two narratives here. One, she was just using the word shapeshift as a way to morph into different characters. But I think even that is a sense of shapeshifting, acting and putting on a performance and playing a character. And she said in her music as well. She played all these various characters in her music, various types of manifestations of perhaps demonic energy and all these things, which is asked of people in Hollywood, manifestation of darkness. And so that is, in a sense, shape-shifting as well, where there's some sort of energetic being coming over you. And it seems that Lady Gaga is trying to reinvent herself. She's talked about this, and she's not embracing some of the darkness she embraced early on in her career. And I've talked about everybody can redeem themselves. And again, she's admitting to this in this interview where she's saying that the actor-director Bradley Cooper wanted just her. No makeup, no fake character, just being her genuine self, right? But she's admitting to the fact that all through her career, she's playing these roles, playing these characters, doing the bidding of her handlers, which is something you have to take responsibility for. If you want to redeem yourself, you have to come right out. She's alluding to this, like saying for the first time, someone wanted just, nothing, just me, whatever, right, in this movie. But she needs to address the other piece, because young people were absorbing all of these manifestations of some sort of shape-shifting type of person. And that's what all these Hollywood people do. They allow this energy, this dark energy. It's the difference of what I talk about here in terms of the heartfulness meditation I do, where you have godly energy. And so when you're doing a spiritual practice and there's transmission given, there's energy given, and you act as a conduit and you allow that energy to flow through you in a positive way, that is the opposite of what we see with the musicians and Hollywood type of personalities that are constantly letting dark energy leak through them, which affects youthful people and the people absorbing their music and their imagery and all this other stuff. So if you want to redeem yourself, that's great, but you have to take responsibility and say what you did before, the way that you played a role in terms of the marketing, in terms of the the merchandise, the merch, and all these things that you did, and allowed this darkness, allowed yourself to be used by the beast. And all you have to do is admit to it. All you have to do is say, yeah, this was a mistake I made, and now I'm working in a different direction. But that's not allowed. See, that's the problem here. That you can't really redeem yourself in the Hollywood setting and retain your position and not be destroyed by the beast. If you come clean and you admit to these things, then you're cast out of Hollywood at best and, destroyed or killed at worst. Small Romano definitely reporting from the apocalypse. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.
And it makes me wonder, it makes me think back to when Obama first became president back in 2008, and they boarded planes. There was tons of them. There was over 500 CEOs alone that he took to India with him. And I remember Oprah going, and Miley Cyrus going, and a bunch of other celebrities going. You're talking about maybe 800 to 1,000 people all getting on planes, heading to India for a huge satanic ritual when Obama first came in office. And I remember there was a part of the ritual where they had put Obama, they stripped him down, and they put him naked on a cross, and they were inside a mountain. It really was some kind of huge cave. It was inside of a mountain, and all this satanic crap going on, and they're parading him around on a cross. I mean, I don't know what any of that's about. Some kind of humiliation ritual, maybe, some kind of celebration thing. Seems like they're all in this, the bigger you are, the more humiliated you get thing. But that, you fly all the way across the world to do this. And there was 500 CEOs. Nobody watches the garbage. They have to prop the Satanists up to make you think that that's the life that you envy, that that's the kind of life you want. And they're waking up and realizing perhaps now that most of America thinks they're a bunch of freaks and can't stand them. Maybe that's it. Maybe America's waking up to how evil these people really are behind the scenes and the monsters that they truly are. Now, a lot of us have known this for a long time already, but even more people waking up to the fact about what monsters these people are. There's spirit cooking parties. They're cannibalistic parties. Katy Perry coming out and declaring they eat the best meat in Hollywood, which is human meat. This is some nasty satanic crap, folks. And so you gotta wonder if all this is going, if the sledgehammer is finally coming down, till we get rid of all this garbage amongst us and evil, and start sweeping it out of this nation and take a stand against it. We can only be stronger as a people if we unite, and evil always wants to disunite people. They always want division because they win in division. Because when they're screaming and hollering the most and they control everything, everybody else just sits down. They just kind of sit down. That's typically what's been happening for umpteen years. The good people have sat down and have done nothing, and that's why evil has triumphed. The chessboard has changed, the script has changed, the leaders have changed. The what if red signifies true America, patriots, God, family, country type of people. And the blue is representing the UN Chinese takeover of America. It's going to be a Chinese UN, folks. They're going to dominate. Because remember I told you last time that the war is on to eliminate white people off the planet because the white people represent Western Christianity. They want to eliminate Christianity. So their target is to eliminate white people because to them, white people represent Christianity, whether white people are actually Christians or not. Everybody else is just collateral damage. You've got the UN sitting back on your heels. They're on your heels. They're on your heels. They're on our heels. They want to blindside America. And the way you blindside is when you're not looking, when you're not expecting things. And so they're looking for the blind side. Till next week, everybody. Yeah, bless.
This is wild, this a triple threat. 2-2 with the triple red goose. You ain't never seen a bigger threat. You ain't never seen a bigger threat. Deuce, this is wild, getting really off a bag of illy. Iced out on the sand like a chili willy. You ain't never seen a bigger threat. Deuce, this is wild, this a triple threat. In this world that's been frozen, they come being chosen. Rising from the dead, overthrown.